Good afternoon. This is La Sirena Nereida with Celestial Soul Wellness, and today we're talking about the new moon in September, the September new moon, in 1 to 2 degrees Libra. This is a wonderful new moon. Not that the other ones weren't, but in its unique sense because it's conjunct the equinox, so the autumn equinox, and it's the coincidence, the supportive idea of having balance, because the equinox is essentially the same amount of day hours as night hours. And here we have Libra, who is the scales, okay? And the scales of being balanced. Remember, and with every balance, there has to be a pivotal middle point, okay? That is keeping everything in balance. So, when we are considering that with Libra, all right. Now remember, everybody, a lot of people say, "Oh, it's all it's justice." But remember, the Libra scales essentially started with mercantile, with merchandise, okay, and it was the weight in gold. You paid the weight in gold, okay. So imagine a diamond doesn't weigh that much, and you only paid its weight in gold. So nowadays we have a different perspective, okay, of what is balance and what is fair. And it's very important because at that time we judged it was always some kind of unfairness that needed to become fair and balanced again. And in the olden time, it was seen. But now we have it that you see the statue of Justice. She is blinded because it's not going into the mind and analyzing, but also dropping down and going with our heart chakra, with our compassion, and finding out what is justice. So you have trouble doing that, you're going to just, right now, close your eyes while you're listening to me. Take a nice deep Merkaba breath into your abdominal region through your nose. Hold it. As you're holding it, feel the oxygen going all the way up towards your crown chakra, down your head, down your spine, all the way back up, all the way down, down, down to your base chakra, all the way back up to your abdomen, and release through your mouth. Okay, I'm sorry, I just had a, woo, the cat is drinking the water from the bamboo. Okay, interesting. That is very interesting. So, something I didn't realize before. Okay, anyway, tangent, let's continue. So, anyway, with this new moon, we have to understand that this is new beginnings, and beginnings with relationships, and not just relationships with, of course, other people, or in this case, the cat here. Guys, gotta see this. Oh my goodness. It is just okay. You know what? I know I never do this. Share with me, okay? Look at. See what that cat's doing? Do you see? Look at what she's doing. Oh my goodness, look at that beautiful. Her name is Bellatrix. Okay? And look at her put her paw inside there. Do you guys see her put it in her paw? And she's now cleaning. I guess that water is so much more clean or fragrant that she prefers it for herself. Kind of like how we put essential oils in the bathtub, huh? Oh, very interesting. Never seen her do that. Okay, back to you guys. So, this is the relationship with ourselves. And I'm going to use Bellatrix as an example. It's a time to love ourselves. So she's not just going with any water, but she is going with water that she knows is good for her. It has the roots there, and it's supplementing her, it's nourishing her. And animals do that naturally. They love themselves and they give to themselves. Whereas people, they go and try and scamper for love outside, and they allow other people to create this image, okay, of who they are, and they'll feed into that image, hoping to please that other person and to get something in return, and then wonder why later you know, they feel so rejected, dejected, and oh my goodness, I've given you so many years. You don't give anybody any years if you've been sharing yourself. When you give of yourself, and only that means, you know, you are rejecting yourself and not giving and sharing yourself. There's a difference. So if you're like, oh, I hear so like, I gave so many years to this relationship, that means you were not being honest. You were not being truthful. You were, she's still at it. Okay. And we cannot do that in relationships. We have to share ourselves. Okay. And still, it's kind of like a mother breastfeeding because we're sharing our milk, but we're not giving them the breast. Okay. It's still attached to us. And by our choice and what we need, you know, if we're going to give them how much and how many years and how much time, okay? That's very important, all right? Because remember the Lady Justice, okay, is a lady and is of giving. And in the olden times, the statues, she was not just not blindfold, but she was also topless, okay? Because showing the balance of having. And sometimes remember, balance is always pivoting. If you even look on your face, we are not the same on the two sides. You know, it's why it's hard to get the two sides. You know, the eyes, the makeup, the eyebrows. Okay, you even see that the way you're developed is not the same. Okay, so we're moving right along here, and oh, time to put the time. Okay, let me get my notepad. Okay, so that's going to be at 6 minutes. Okay, so now let's continue with some planetary aspects here. Actually, no, I'm going to, I lie, sorry. So we are going to go here more a little bit. And so with the partnerships, okay, Libra is about partnerships. We said not just about ourselves, but with others too. And it could be a business partnership, all right? Anything that's contract, verbal, or written. I think she had enough. Okay, verbal, written, handshake, understood. It's new beginnings. Those of you who have a cardinal sign, which is Aries, Libra, Cancer, and Capricorn, within, you know, 5 degrees, all right, are going to feel it the most. What I'm trying to say is anybody from, let's say, 17 to through the 24th, okay, or 23rd of December of, let's see, it's doing this here, of, of March, okay, of, let's see here, July, and no, June, sorry about that, June. And then doing this on my head, the thing, I know I should be faster, huh? Come on, Eddie's faster, September. All right. Okay, so everybody, this is you're gonna feel the effects most. Now remember, it's not just your sun sign. We are so much more than our sun sign. It's your moon sign and your ascendant, okay? So this is all about the relationships, respecting your own limits and boundaries, understanding why do you have those limits and boundaries. Remember, our limits and boundaries are there because of our own fear that we created, right? I mean, I have a limit. I'm not a big cheese person. You put some, you know, my family, goodness, the German side, they love that smelly cheese. To me, it smells like feet. But anyway, just opinion, belief. And then I got the Mexican side and Spanish side that they have that queso fresco and that all that. And so I get it on both sides, and I'm just like, no, thank you. Okay, it's my limits and boundaries. I just don't like it. I have some, whatever it is, from a fear or something that created an aversion from it, from a past life, from a younger life, okay, some kind of trauma or something like that. It just was not appreciated, and I can't get past it. And honestly, you know, for my health, it's good because I'm lactose intolerant. So it works out well, okay? You know? So, anyway, the point is understanding your limits and boundaries. Why do they exist? Push through. Now, talking about pushing through, did I ever push through my fear of cheese? Yes, I can eat pizza, okay? I don't crave it, but I can put mozzarella and certain things. Parmesan, I can do. I could do the Italian cheese. All right, that has no problem, with me. Other ones, we're just not into it, okay? Uh, but I have learned to push through, all right? Um, Unfortunately, I do love Cheetos. That fake yellow stuff they put in nacho and the American cheese and the nacho cheese and cheddar, and that's very addictive to us. Yes, that I like. But again, I had to try it, meaning I had to push through my boundaries and fears and my limits to say, "Th- hmm, I'm liking this, okay? And so, when we push past our boundaries, our limits and boundaries, we actually get a new pleasure into our life. So because I learned to like those kinds of cheeses, I can eat a cheeseburger. I can eat chili cheese fries, all right? Which we all know I shouldn't, okay? Um, all right. So those I can eat nacho cheese and love those things with salami and cheddar cheese with an olive. Okay. But I've learned new pleasures. And a lot of times we have to realize that pushing through our limits and boundaries with ourselves, we learn new pleasures. Okay. And that is what, sensuality, because remember, Libra is ruled by Venus. Now, Venus, understanding here a little, is that Venus is about love. It's not necessarily the higher love. It's what we kind of superficially think what love is. All right? And it's what has been imposed upon us. It is also how we show the love. Okay, so if you have Venus and in Libra, you are very, very, you can love the world, all right, and see something beautiful in everyone. Remember, Venus is also the planet of art and beauty. Okay, and how what attracts you. Okay, so right now Venus, going talking about then how all this is being supportive, all right, because it's very supportive because we have to have that love balance with ourselves. You call in the young self, you have the older self here, and the present pivotal self, kind of like the young maiden, the woman and the crone, those old ideas, and too bad they have the idea of crone as something negative, and it should be experienced. Someone who is so experienced, someone who can um, has such wisdom, but people see it as something negative. That in fact it's an insult. Some people will say. So let's in fact right now take a moment, breathe in deeply, and I'm going to command and ask the Mother Gaia, Father Time and Space, divine, wonderful Creator, all our archangels and my spirit guides and our spirit guides together come in and just take away that belief system of crone, the word crone, having a negative vibration, having a negative harmony within us, and put in positive, that it's crone, that it's something positive, and it's something we all search to be with experience and wisdom. So when we hear it, it will change into a positive meaning and a positive vibration, and that it can no longer be used in our belief systems or in our minds as something negative. So let's put all that negative ideas, throw it out to the sun where it can be turned all into positive, and just let God and the universe and our guardian angels and archangels and our spirit guides and Mother Gaia and Father Time and Space, just put it all in as something positive all through our mitochondria and our energies and our DNA, going through all our chakras, all the way down, 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 down. Feel it go. Feel it. Breathe in and release. And so it is. And mote it be. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, all our energies and guides and Divine Creator. Anyway, so that was a real quick little energy. Okay. Energy clearing we did on that. And thank you for participating. And remember, this is always great for the replay too. The energies is what the intent is what gives off, okay? So, yes, I'm feeling good, feeling wonderful. Ah, love it. Okay, so now going back here, we're going to talk about, since we did an energy clearing, let's talk about the chakras. Libra, okay, is because it rules the kidney areas, right in this area, okay? We're talking about, it's right in between the solar plexus, okay, and the heart chakra. But because it's also ruled by Venus, we're going to have it, here in the heart chakra, and then in our sacral chakra, okay? So those are the three areas we are concentrating on in this new moon. And so some of the things that you can do to really develop that more is to, besides doing the yoga workout that I always talk about, we're going to do the fish. Okay, we're going to talk about the yoga. So that is at 16. And the yoga here, ready for your little workout, is you're going to do the fish pose. You're lying down. It's a really good heart opener there. And if not, if you have a yoga block, that is good too. Just watch TV while you like that, or listen to music. Just open it. And not on the soft one. Do it on the really high one to really broaden. Okay? And, all right, you're going to do side forward bend also. There's the crescent moon pose, okay? And the first and second open balance. Downward facing dog, okay? First and second twist, all right? The boat. And then we have upward flying, tailor pose, side stretch, warrior pose, okay? Cow face, and remember sun salutation because it's a new moon, it's conjunct the sun. So when we do the sun salutation, all right, give yourself a little bit more of a stretch. When you're doing downward dog, do split downward dog, okay? And when you do the cobra, do it when you slide it forward instead of just leaning on your hips onto the ground. Just slide, hold it. One day I really want to get it where I can also switch and show you guys these, okay? A lot of you do know, you can find it, all right? Some of the things that, let's talk about continuing on with the help of the yoga, Libra, is that Libra, we talked about the concerns with the kidneys. And because of the kidneys, guess what's right about the kidneys and are affected? The adrenals, all right? The thymus gland, okay? Low, the low and lumbar parts of the back, okay? And that's because the kidneys, if they are overworked and they're putting too much pressure, it puts pressure back here. A lot of people, they say they got back problems, and it's their back, and they go want a cortisone shot, or they go do this and that without realizing it could be their intestines, their liver, or their kidneys causing that bulging there. Then they go have an accident in a car or a physical, they fall down and they go, oh no, my back problem's because of a slip disc, when really it was because you're all polluted in there and you haven't done a detox. So what am I saying? Kidney detox is good right now, okay? Kidney detox is good, really important, okay? Cleanse them out. Make sure then it goes all into the liver. Remember, the toxins that filter from the kidneys go into the liver, all right? And then they go into the intestines. So essentially, you would need to do an intestine detox. You do your your liver detox, and then kidney, so it gets all out, and then do it again. Do it again, then the liver to make sure it came all out, and then the intestines. You'll imagine how much you lose when what's going on in there, okay? Remember, too, because of it's happening in the kidney and it's filtering out, it's going to affect any blood, okay? Your blood diseases right now, and bladder situations, okay? Which includes the urethers, okay? And we have, let's see, I also have the Bright's disease, lumbago, um, nephritis, okay, eczema, because remember the skin is an excretory system. So a lot of times people get eczema, okay, from the areas, in certain areas, you'll see it here on their arms, because they don't realize that it's reacting, that we got the meridians, kidney meridians going through in the liver, and it reacts right there. Or on our face in this area, okay, because it's getting it all out, all right? Be careful, or I shouldn't say be careful, be aware of what you're eating and doing at this time. Drinking pure natural water, alkalized water. Remember, distilled water you shouldn't drink more for 3 days because in a row. Because remember, it is steamed out. It's taken. It is stripped of everything. Okay, it's not putting any natural nutrients and minerals in you. Purified water, the same thing. If you're drinking purified water on a constant basis, they put stuff in there. It is not natural. So try and get as much natural water, spring water as possible. Okay, you know, that is the best, really. Um, let's see here. Okay, also talking about diabetes because of the blood sugar balance. Makes sense, okay? And be careful your throat, all right? Because of Venus rules the throat there. And drinking, let's see, be aware and stay away from processed, already made foods, okay? With additives, stay away from starchy carbs, stay away from yeast foods right now, anything with refined sugars, because Venus wants kind of encourages our sweet tooth and makes it, with Libra, it's like, oh, we want to overindulge. Remember, I said this time to love ourselves, not overindulge. Eating a lot, drinking a lot, okay, is not loving ourselves. We just say love, take a bath, take a walk, feel, breathe in the energies of Mother Gaia. Just some tantra with your partner would be wonderful right now. Just breathing in, just feeling. Doesn't have to be sex, by the way. Just some tantra, exchange of energies. Okay, sit there with a plant, with a tree, and just wear your crystals and feel, and just exchange that energy and be one with the universe, connecting. Okay, good time for strawberries. All right, apples, almonds, asparagus, peas, non-GMO corn. Okay, carrots, spinach, beets, tomatoes, gluten-free wheat, gluten-free oatmeal, seafood. Okay, a lot of seafood. Oh, you know what I'm starting to think? How about some linguine? Ah, yes, with red clam. I know what I want to make later. Okay, so now let's go. Okay, we talked about the chakras and everything and the yoga. Another good thing to do is call in at this time is we have Archangel Raphael and Uriel and Metatron. Okay, Metatron's the sacred, he's the writer. Uriel, Raphael, the healer, and then we have Uriel, okay? And so, those are the great three right now to be calling on and to be working with, you know. Crystals that good to help us balance during this time is the Herkimer diamonds. Everybody knows I'm not into diamonds because we say, oh, but I have it certified that it's not a blood diamond. Seriously? They put it all together, they mix it up. I'm just one of those. Mm-mm. The Herkimer diamonds, besides, are a little bit more powerful and wonderful, and if used in conjunction with another crystal, is better. Peridots, rose quartz, okay? Topaz, amber, citron, carnelian, tiger's eye, onyx. I got some of that going on. I got the peridots right there. No, I have it right here. Sorry. Okay, and I have the Herkimer diamonds there. All right, and so, okay, good. And I got some amber and citron on my. All right. In case you're wondering, I'm wearing aventurine and this is abalone, besides Labrador. Okay, and freshwater pearls. So now with some oils that to put around and create the environment is Lily Valley carnations, rose, foxglove, lemon, grapefruit, juniper, jasmine, neroli, orange blossoms. Good to make some essential oil splash with that, okay? All right. And a good meditation is to honor thyself, all right? So let's take a nice deep breath in. Take a nice deep breath in. All right. And we're going to do is honor thyself push but push through fear, understanding, okay? That denying yourself, okay? Denying your partner sexual pleasures, sensual pleasures, is denying yourself release, denying yourself love. And if you feel that your partner doesn't know how, you need to guide them. It is your responsibility to guide others how to love you better, not to assume that they know. Say, I do love myself. I love myself so much. I love myself so much. I am a love instructor to others. I instruct and guide others on how to love me because I am worthy to be loved. And I can only be loved if I guide others to love me on how I need to be loved and how I want to be desired and how I crave the love of the universe. And I thank you, Divine Creator, Source of all. I thank you, Mother Gaia, Father, time and space. Make sure you're breathing in deeply. And I thank you, and I am so full of happiness and gratitude for this time and for reminding me and guiding me to guide others. And help me also to receive the guidance and signs and instruction of others on how to love them and how to share with them and exchange with them this loving, beautiful energy. And thank you so much, my spirit guides, my animal guides, ancestral guides, my angels, the archangels, and all the wonderful living beings of all different planes and dimensions that just give us and fill us up. Thank you for expanding my heart with every breath that I take. And thank you with this time of Libra, of finding balance, allowing me and giving me that Venus eye of seeing beauty and art in everything, in everyone, all around. And I thank you, Divine Creator, God of all gods, of all of us being one with God, being God together. It's incredible. The tree of knowledge all together with you is beautiful. And to remember that when we give love, our unconditional love, we are sharing our happiness. Because happiness in paradise is not a place, it's not a destination, it's a state of being. It is an always, a place of always. And one chooses not to be there because they focus on something else and allowing that negativity to give it a priority. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Blessed be. And I'm gratitude, Divine Creative, always showing me a positive perspective in every situation. And that not to see life as difficult or struggle, but to see it as a wonderful change, and doing something new. So that way I can grow more, because it gives me an opportunity to grow and expand more. And with that expansion of giving more love, unconditional love to others. And I thank you. Okay? Thank you, thank you. And thank you, everyone, doing this meditation with me. And it was beautiful. Thank you. And very nice. Take a deep breath. Make sure that you are drinking water after fruits, vegetables. Take some peppermint, some herbs. Thank you, thank you. So let's move right along. Okay, now there's some soulmate meditations that you can do. Please look up on my website, and I put on there. A lot of times I get clients who say, "Oh, I know they're my soulmate. I want you to bring them back to me." Your soulmate wouldn't have left you in the first place. Your soulmate would not have caused you problems. That's you obsessing because you were rejected, and or you were denied or hurt, and you are hoping that by changing this person's mind, you will finally find love. What you're really doing is you're realizing that you don't have enough self-love and self-worth, and you need to find that and be one with God and be connected, okay? Because your soulmate would never hurt you. Your soulmate would never leave. And remember, soulmates are not all romantic either, okay? Stuff that you watch in Walt Disney, okay? And these other, romantic comedies. I love to watch them too, but you always separate yourself, okay? No. Getting something there, and, okay, to be positive within it, that your soulmate is within you. Okay, now let's move right along to planetary aspects. Oh, the Sabian symbol, the Sabian symbol. The Sabian symbol here at 32 degrees, time, at 2 degrees Libra, is the light of the sixth race transmuted to the seventh. Okay, what we're talking about here is a higher vibration. Life becomes better. We can only get to a higher vibration when we have a higher frequency, okay? We have a higher frequency. Remember, the planet's already all around on the fifth dimension, okay? Some people are creating a density because they don't know how to function on that higher frequency. So if they make themselves more dense, they feel that, okay, then they will not be out of control. They do not know how to function in a higher vibration. So that's when you make yourself more dense, that's when you're putting prescription medication in you, that's where you're putting alcohol, a lot of meat, and you're putting in a lot of uh, foods, processed foods, not real food, okay, foods with a lot of additives. You're also putting in a lot of, drugs or things that you're trying to make yourself heavier. That's why a lot of people who are overweight, you know, are, are, are overweight because they do not have personal grounding, all right? They cannot find the grounding within themselves. You notice that people who have a lot of grounding, you see those gurus and stuff, you know, they don't need the weight to hold themselves down, all right? They can be one with that vibrational skill and breathe it all in and still feel grounded and stable, all right? So really think that perhaps the more you do the meditation and release the need of those toxins, okay, to feel grounded, all right? Some people use that physical so that can be pushed along. Okay. Another thing is, well, that's I was talking about that eating more raw food, natural water, okay, alkalized water, all right. I bet you if you ever do those at the alkalized machine, put those water from the water bottles, unless it's like Evian or Fiji, you know, you'll see it that it still gets alkalized and cleansed up because it's not purified water. Pure, according to whom? What? Have you checked what they do to purified water? Mhm. Okay. So they put in what they think is accordingly. That vitamin water, you see how much sugar and stuff they put in it, or the other things, according to who? It might have one vitamin in there. Okay. So really take in as much natural things for you for that higher vibration for the Sabian symbol. You know, going with the Sabian symbol, which is perfect. Now let's go to planetary aspects. Yay! Planetary aspects here. Okay. We talked about already that it's conjunct. You know, a new moon is always sun, and the moon conjunct. Okay. And let me get my notes there, bring it closer. So we also knew it was better here. Okay. Another thing to remember is not only do we have, you know, the moon and sun conjunct there, we have the asteroid Lilith there. So it's really neat because it's in Libra. So again, we're having not just one, two, you know, everybody thinks Libra's a scales, you know, one side, two, you know, partnership. But really, there's a third one. When I do astrology readings, it's not just reading the person's individual, but then you have a whole, the synastry. You create a whole new energy, okay? Putting your energies together, and that's a third chart. And a lot of people forget the third when it comes, the third essence, when it comes into a partnership, okay? And it's very important. You know, the most obvious is when you have a child, you know, two people come together, they have sexual, intimate relations, and then you have the child, which creates a third of the partnership, right? But not everything is going to be represented by a child. Okay, it could be the contract or things like that, the home. All right, so now we're constantly talking about balance needed in the relationship. Supporting that idea is, itch on my foot, sorry, on the top of my foot. Okay, supporting that idea is we have Amor, we have Venus at 23 degrees, okay, Virgo, and it's conjunct Amor, the asteroid Amor, okay, 24 degrees. So again, we're talking about that higher love, okay? It's not just love on one sense, but on a higher sense, okay? And the ideas of what is needed in love. And even in a business partnership, there is love there because you had to have liked something, admired something, enjoyed something, or found something particularly pleasurable or wonderful about that partner to want to go into an agreement with them, even if it's, well, they got a lot of money. Well, obviously, you love their money. Okay, you're being superficial on the Venus part, but hey, it is an agreement. It's an understanding. You are liking that. So remember that, okay? Now, also going with that idea here is we are getting an opportunity. We have Jupiter at 14 degrees, conjunct Reiki, which is conjunct Lilith there, Black Moon Lilith. So we are getting Jupiter is really expanding the time to heal that Black Moon Lilith, you know, all those aggravations because it's in Leo. So we want to make sure that we are focusing more on the expansion of healing and entertaining and of giving happiness, not giving happiness, but sharing happiness and creating, giving occasions and creating occasions to share happiness and indulge in that joy and bliss, okay? Because when it's not, and the Black Moon Lilith feels left out, that's when they go in for revenge and say, what about me? What about me? And then they go and try and hurt and create these situations and problems, okay? And that is when people start going against each other on their relationships, all right? And there's no balance because they're like, but what about my agenda? Well, in the first place, did you include yourself or were you hoping that they were going to think of you? Well, if they really love me, they would just include me. Speak up, like someone tells me. Speak up. If you don't say anything, I'm not going to know. And it's very true, okay? So speak up, say, you know, I would like this and that. All right. So, and that's what that's all about, that conjunction there. All right. We also know that, okay, this is a time too, is going back on my notes, I wrote these during the week, sorry, is this is not, this is a state of loving, not falling in love, okay? Falling, it's kind of sad. You know, instead of merging in love, you know, um, it's a state of loving, the sensuality, not necessarily romance, it's the state of loving. We can love even though we're far away from our loved ones, all right? This time too, we have Palace that is conjunct the North Node. The North Node is in Libra, so that means again we're focusing again on relationships, okay? And Palace here is going to be like the sisterly relationship, finding a way to make all those involved in a relationship. How can we make sure and include everyone and also ask to be included, okay? It is our job to be aware. There's so many people that are very mental and logical, but they're not emotionally aware, yet they can enjoy and receive the sensuality that is being given to them or when they eat, but they don't know how to share that part and open that part in them. They're a little bit restrained, okay? And so we got to go in there and help them out, okay? And I say this too because the new moon is quintex Neptune. So remember, Neptune is that higher level. It's a higher level of Venus, okay? And those of us who are really going with that fifth dimension realizes it's a universal love. It's not just you and me, all right? We can give love and we can show love, we can appreciate it, and then we could say thank you. It's like a tango, it's like a dance. Just because you have that intense energy during that dance, it's just a dance where you exchange. It doesn't now mean that I'm going to give my life to that person or my blood to that person. It means we enjoyed a wonderful exchange, and I cut the cords and give them back theirs, reminiscence pieces, and I take my pieces back, okay, all to me, all right? And we have to learn to do that more and more. So, Mercury, just a heads up, Mercury does go retrograde the 4th of October, so let's tie up your loose ends and doing all those things. And unless you're doing something going back, remember Mercury retrograde, I'll put it up in the next video, is about doing things relaxing, rejuvenating, reviewing, doing all the things from before just to make sure, okay? And it's goes retrograde until October 25th, okay? So people slow down. So some of you might, some of the kids might want to do their Halloween costume now because of waiting till the 25th. They're going, oh no, last minute things aren't there, you know. And you might not really like what you end up buying. Okay, a lot of times it's not the time to buy during Mercury retrograde new items because sometimes it's frivolous, it doesn't work, especially technology. So buy now your new phone. Okay. Sprint has a wonderful offer, let me tell you, okay, because AT&T. All right, so, and Sprint paid the AT&T bill. Oh my gosh, I know, they're not paying me for this, but I love to promote whatever is awesome, okay? So, and I get good connection all over the place, so it's wonderful. Plus, using the old phones, paid even more. It was wonderful. Anyway, great experience, especially with the Sprint store there in Downey. Thank you, guys. Okay, continuing on. That was a Mercury retrograde there. Pluto goes direct. Yay! Okay, September 22nd. So all you cardinal signs and earth signs are going to feel it, okay? You're going to go, oh, you know, it's been kind of been holding back and not allowing certain relationships to develop, especially things, conventional things going on. So all those stuff that's been coming up, we've seen how, you know, the Obama government is not exactly as we had hoped. Things are not Obamacare, Obamacare. You're still paid for it. We wanted what was going on in Canada and Europe, you know. It's a bunch of baloney, all right? Sorry, they lied to us, okay? And all those things of the government and institutions and conventional ideas, you know, during Pluto retrograde, found out all those things going on with the, you know, with the priests and things coming into light. Now we're going to say, what are we going to do about it? We're going to move forward, okay, which is very important. I'll be moving forward around 11 degrees, 10 degrees, okay, Capricorn. So anybody with their personal planets or ascendant, okay, luminaries, all that is going to be affected also. So moving right along there, um, we are going to, let's see here. We got Jupiter trine Uranus in the fire sign. So grandiose gestures of love and partnerships are going on, okay? So, and since it's in fire sign, we got it in Leo and then we got it in Aries. So there's going to be could be a lot of passion going on with that, you know. But we know that because of Uranus, it can blow out real quickly in Aries. Aries doesn't have a long hold, but Jupiter in Leo does. There's a lot of perseverance. So there's a lot of push, and we can make it bloom longer. That's going to be your fire lighting one, all right? I mean, fire maintaining. Okay, we got also Juno that is trine Vesta in a water sign. Okay, Juno trine Vesta. So what we need here and what we call home is in this time is one and the same. Okay, healing and transformative, and it's going to allow us that opportunity. All right, and to allow energy to flow through the home. You know, open up the windows, let light in, have running water, have some, you know, shells and plants. I always include nature in the home. A lot of people come into this like they want to get away, you know, when nature is what gives us the most positive energy available. Why would you not want to include nature? Include some pets there. Okay, now we have Chiron that's trying Saturn, also in water signs. What is this good here? Okay, it's healing. Okay, with our what did I write here? Healing our associations with authority figures, with our fathers, okay, or if you come from a single parent, you know, that single parent, um, you know, your bosses or your ideas of bosses, or healing any kind of time of association of those authorities that might have created obstacles for you, or that you felt condemned by, or you felt victimized by, or that judged you and you didn't feel that it was fair. All right. So, and this is a good time to be able to do that again, which is wonderful because we're going back to Libra there and going back to the new moon. And remember, the first relationship we can have, not to the side, is the pivotal one, the one. What are the ideas and belief systems that are creating those judgments and that balance, all right, and self-worth? So that needs to be changed first, okay, and be balanced. Let's go here, moving right along. Okay. Oh, we already talked about sugary cravings and all that. So we have the moon sextile Saturn, okay, which is giving stability within these relationships, and it's wonderful too, all right? So we talked about Mercury is moving into, my notes is wrong. Mercury's moving into Scorpio, not Libra. It is in Libra, silly. Okay, sorry about that. Got my own mistake. No, on September 27th. Okay, so there's passive aggressive discussions there. A lot of times when someone says, "Hey, we need a talk," I know when someone tells me, I'm like, "Do I have a clove anywhere? I'm gonna need this," because what they're trying to say is they're gonna push something, and they already know that I'm not going to like it, and there's going to be something going on. Okay? Anytime says we need to talk. Now, instead, they'll say, hey, I got an idea. You notice? That's not we need to talk. We need to talk is my thing is going to play a major importance here, not yours. So anytime women, because women are mostly at fault at doing this when they talk to men, hey, we need to talk is what men are thinking. Exactly what I just told you. They're like, you're pushing your agenda, mine is not important, and you're going to be selfish. And now, if I don't do it, you're going to give me, you know, an ultimatum, which means probably no sex or this and that, no food or this and that. And now I'm supposed to be happy that I'm in this marriage because you are now forcing me and you are now threatening me, you know, instead of us saying, hey, there's an idea and we can grow and become of it. So if you don't want your man to divorce you, if you don't want your man to have an affair on you, make sure you are giving just as much as you are demanding, and stop acting like a mother, and remember to act like a lover, a partner. After all, we're talking about Libra. Okay, let's continue along. A lot of research and secrets are going to be coming up to light now more, which is interesting because Pluto will be going direct, so now they're going to be doing something about all those situations, okay? So let me see, we do have one more planetary aspect that's very important here, and that is, okay, oh, we got a couple more. We got Pluto that's sextile Chiron, so there's healing time still is being applied. A lot of healing time. You notice? Healing time, healing time, healing time. Healing within ourselves to be able to heal with our relationships. Okay, very important. And it's been happening this whole year in different aspects, different dimensions and planes. Have you noticed? It keeps coming up. It keeps coming up. So we have Jupiter quincunx Chiron, again, this is where traditional beliefs and traditional authority figures are no longer serving us, okay? And the path towards healing and self-healing has to be by releasing those traditional mandatory ideas by certain institutions, okay, that are holding it back, okay? So some of you who are involved in traditional institutions or in traditional belief systems, okay, and especially if you're like a Cancer or Capricorn, or you're a fixed sign and cannot release those, or you have some Virgo in you, you know, you got to find a balance, because you will see with the eclipses that are coming in October that it's going to demand that you change, okay? So those things already are going to be changed. So people who are always quoting things, you know, they have to remember that it's those traditional beliefs, those ideas, even the Bible, yes, the Bible, those are stories, those are put together by man. Man, especially the Bible was all men. There was not one single woman in that meeting there in 244, okay? So, hello, okay? And then when a man goes and quotes the Bible to me, I'm a minister myself, it's like, seriously? We're not going to do that, okay? Understand it was to produce and push their own agenda. There were many, many more stories that were not included, and that was not right, okay? The true Bible would include all those ideas and stories, which would be the tumbaburos, you know, okay? So remember that. Also, it's a time to know that we allow stress to come into our lives. It's our perspective. It is our belief systems. And when we feel that we are going to be not worthy, if we are going to be dishonored or disrespected, or we're doing it to ourselves, or we're not going to get love or admiration and all that, then what happens is we create stress, okay? Oh, well, if I don't get there on time to a party. Oh my goodness, it's a party. Relax. What, they're going to eat the last, enchilada or something? You know, the last Rotzebrot plate there, you know? Um, woohoo. You know, and you notice that a lot of people get that way, okay? But at the same time, don't waste other people's time. If you have a meeting, appreciate it. Attempt to be within, 10 minutes of time, okay? It's a great time to put input and apply holistic, esoteric, and metaphysical beliefs and practices, okay? Though do recognize, since these ideas and lifestyle is new to you, constant adjustments and tweakings, okay, are going to be brought to light, and showing us what has been holding us back. We cannot just say, okay, for example, let's say I'm eating a certain way, and they say, oh, juice it. I can juice it for so long, but then I'm going to be hungry, and I'm going to need something else, and I might feel lightheaded and all that, and it's because I went to an extreme. It has to be a slow adjustment, so that way we can be smooth into it, all right? And be like the fish and swim, all right? Conventional structures at this time, you notice, are breaking down, bringing to light how most conventional imposed systems were imposed to us, okay? Um, and these were a set of rules that, you know, certain powerful people wanted, to making us believe that we're going to be safe, okay, and that we're going to stay alive, yet giving in to the personal power and domination of the people who created these, all right, gangs. So, who had commenced those belief systems for those faults. I mean, just like, you know, they say, oh, yes, drink soy and have all that. Well, you know, men drinking too much soy, you know what can happen. You've heard, Okay, and too much soy and all that estrogen. Yes, we know that. What encourages cancer growth? Estrogen, too much of it. Okay, so you know, that bad estrogen. So remember, we got to. Everything has to be in balance. You know, people say, "Oh, I'm going to count my calories." I haven't counted my calories. Okay, since I was in college. All right, I just eat raw. I just eat natural foods, okay? And I do eat pork once in a while. I know. All of you who thought I were vegan and vegetarian are throwing things at me and feeling so disillusioned. I would say I'm sorry, but you disillusioned yourself. I do eat one meal a day that has either chicken, fish, you know, pork, or beef. I don't eat a lot of red meat, you know, but once in a while I do, okay? So, otherwise, I do eat a lot of raw food, whole grains. Okay, nuts. That's where I get a lot of my protein, my strength, you know, besides the spinach. Okay, so now let's talk about the different zodiac signs. Someone brought to my attention last month, I forgot it. Oops, sorry. Muy very sorry. Muy very sorry. Okay. So here we go. So what's going on is Aries, again, everything that has been talked about applies to you, Aries, because um, that's the one where Aries ends up with the biggest one. We're talking about relationships, understanding the difference between um, giving love, receiving love, being in the state of love, um, loving also. What is loving, okay? I am constantly in the state of loving. It's there, you know. Unless I see something negative and which is going to confront my limits and boundaries, then I'll pull it back. But otherwise, I'm always in the state of loving. It has some people have misinterpret that state of loving, thinking she likes me. No, 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 she likes me. It's like I'm just loving both of you. We're not trying to get relationships, you know, where we move in together. We're just enjoying. You know, people can misinterpret, and that's a little bit sad. And you know, it's unfortunate because they don't know what to do with that. They're not used to it. It's a belief system. Okay, so now let's go. Taurus. This is happening in your sixth house, your everyday life. Get going. Get a new routine system, okay? Find a routine partner. You don't like to be alone, all right? Get someone who's gonna put that fire underneath your feet and get it going. Not a Libra, okay? Obviously, not a Libra, okay? Better yet, you know, maybe a Scorpio or a good the Leo will get you going underneath there, okay? So, an Aquarius also would do it. You'll frustrated be, but hey, it is what it is. Also, look into your pets, see how they're doing. Make sure they're doing well. Drink a lot of water. Your connection with your coworkers, the people who help you, your personal assistants, either be it someone who helps you clean the house, someone who helps watch your children, someone who helps drive your car and things like that, you know, cuts your grass. All those relationships are going to be renewed with a different idea and with a different appreciation. Because remember, just because theirs is not valued as much financially, obviously they give you pleasure because you're requesting them to be in your life. Okay, and they have helped you ease your life to be more sensual. Gemini, this is happening in your fifth house. And getting a chance to go out and enjoy some romance and be with your children and have fun, okay? Dance more, see more entertainment, and just sing it and be one and feel the rhythm, you know? Okay? Um, some songs went in my head at that moment, right? When I said, feel the rhythm of the night, da da da, okay? Really just get it going. Oh, I know, that song is probably way too old for you, Gemini, since you guys like the up-to-date things, okay? But anyway, you know, um, I don't remember the group. I was trying to think of it right now. But anyway, so it's a time to develop your relationship with your children, okay? And those of other children too, not just your own, and of bigger pets. If you have any like a Doberman or a Rottweiler or your German Shepherds, your horses, okay? You know, your animal spirit guides that are big, your jaguars. There you go. Let's see here, Cancer. This is your home, okay? So new things are going on in your home. You have a new understanding, a new contract, new idea, new relationship. Things are developing. You are becoming into your own. Perhaps you're moving, okay? Or there's someone who moved in with you, or there's a new understanding of how you guys are going to relate to one another, okay? Um, Let's see here. This is also perhaps a new relationship with a female figure in your life, okay? It could be a mother figure, or perhaps your grandmother there in that sense, you know, or someone else who's going to be the matriarch. Maybe it's you. Maybe you are now the matriarch, okay? Or, you know, there's a new matriarch in the family. Leo, this is happening in your third house of communication, of education, of teaching and learning, all right? Of the neighborhood, okay? What is the neighborhood? And interacting more with that. You're going to have opportunities to take a new class within the area or teach a class and to give more. And so that's going to be exciting there. Um, you know, you're going to have opportunities to relate more with your cousins and your siblings, all right? Because they are represented by the third house, and get closer with them and have a better understanding. So all that's going to be fun. You are opening and expanding up. Of course, Jupiter's in your sign. So instead of just being you now, you're expanding it more. And that's why I say more with the neighborhood and with the whole you know, cousins and everybody and your siblings all together there, all together. So now we got Virgo. This is happening in your personal finances. Okay, woohoo for you, right? Your personal finances. And so you're having an opportunity to start something new. If you're going to sign anything or start a new job or anything, please do it before Mercury retrograde. Make sure you sign that contract before Mercury retrograde. Okay? If not, if it's going back to an old job, that's great, but if not, it needs to be before or wait till after. Wait until, you know, November, you know, so if you can't wait, there you go. Okay? So, also your values and your belief systems, your moral issues here, how you value yourself. What are those judgments and belief systems that are causing you to create that, okay? Remember that. Libra, we're going into your first house, your relationship with yourself. Remember, always first. Yourself, ground yourself. You're an air sign. You're all over the place. You know, that's why it's hard to make decisions because you don't want to make the wrong one. Not so much for you, but for someone else because you're afraid you're not going to get that love. That's more or less how you guys are. Breathe. Take a deep breath. Wear garnets, onyx stuff to ground yourself a lot. Jade. Okay. Carnelian, amber. And just relax into it. There you go. Okay, wonderful. You're going to do some change within yourself, maybe beautifying yourself, doing something new, and that is fine. Okay. Let's see here, Scorpio. Stuff is coming up. Stuff is coming up. Oh my gosh, you're saying more? Saturn's been in my sign all this time. And it's going to leave you with a gift, okay? Anytime Saturn is in a sign, it leaves with a gift of understanding, of lessons learned, of a aha moment, okay? And something new and wonderful at that time, all right? So here, you know, things have been coming up more so, and it's giving you time to heal, taking some time to be alone, all right, and just go, oh gosh, how can I? And just relax into that, and just be appreciative. Very time, you know, so it's a very good time for that. I'm wondering why is it that we fluctuate from one another? Why do we react to things a certain way? And how can we heal ourselves from that? Okay. So, um, Sagittarius, we got it in our 11th house of goals and friendships. Okay. And so perhaps you're starting a new friendship with someone. You have new goals that you're creating, your new charity thing, you know. So these are different opportunities, all right, that are coming about. So make sure you are very aware of your limits and boundaries, because you're a mutable sign. You kind of go, and you're getting that push from Leo, the Jupiter and Leo. So you're really going, okay, this is all great and I like it and let me go. Don't lose yourself. Still remember who you are as an individual, okay? All right, and remember to know that how to separate all that. So again, too, we got Capricorn. This is happening in your 10th house of career. I know you're thrilled, you're happy, your joy and recognition. Okay, so you're just like woohoo! You're kicking your feet, doing one of those. Okay, and so you're getting a new perspective. You're getting outlook towards you, your career, authority figures, your father. Okay, a boss, a new boss coming in, or a new patriarch type person coming into your life, and guiding you and mentoring you there, and a possibility of you starting maybe something new position in your career, going towards a new career. Maybe you are going to be that new authority figure. All right. I know you just like that, right, Papas? You guys are the daddy signs, okay, and papa signs. Okay, Aquarius. This is a time where you're having something new regarding philosophies of traveling, okay, long distance, maybe to try new food, cuisine. I wanted to say food and cuisine at the same time. It was coming out close. Okay, maybe yeah, new traditional cultural clothes, all right? So you're getting opportunity to explore that, and you love that anyway, so that is great, you know, and time to travel. So anyway, I'm an Aquarius moon. Anybody want to send me on a trip? Take me on a trip? I translate, you know? I'm there, loving it all the time. Passport is ready. Just let me know. Even if it's within this country. I love nature and travel. Oh my goodness. Okay. And Pisces, 8th house, you are transforming yourself, opportunities, which is good because Pisces being immutable water sign is enjoying this because the air goes in. And when you got the air, we got a lot of turbulence and currents going on, right? Underneath the water, people don't even see it. And then it lands on the beach and ends up being smoothed out. So you might feel a little bit overwrought with this, but no, it'll come back and stabilize, and you'll feel much better. Other people's finances could come to play here also, right? You're going to have an opportunity to start a new loan, perhaps, or you know, you're doing a refinancing, especially if it's the same institute, you know, if it's in the 8th house there, okay. Um, anything, you know, you creating a car loan, going to college or something like that, or, you know, regarding someone else, or there's opportunities to have better understanding of transformation and higher living, and with understanding the giving of death, all right? I know you're going the giving of death. What was that she just added in there? Yes, yes, yes. We'll talk more about that the next time, okay? So, wonderful. Thank you. This has been fun. This has been wonderful, and I appreciate it always. And, mm, you know, much, much love. I'm loving you guys. Always. I'm always loving, feeling that wonderful energy. Thank you for all your support. Remember all your donations and support paid to PayPal, either to Sirena Nereida, celestialsoulwellness.com, or Sirena Celestial Soul Wellness at gmail.com. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All those who want a private reading, which is fine. Remember, your questions are really a request for me to do a private reading, okay? Okay, you don't ask a doctor, hey, can you see this? And they're not going to pay. You got to pay them, you know. So I'll answer, you know, superfluous questions and all that. But remember, everything else, you know, you put a request there. You're saying you're going to pay. So, you know, put a PayPal deposit. Ask me anything you want. I do tarot cards, psychic readings, healings, obviously, as you know, meditation groups. I'm open for seminars, workshops, either in public or private sector. Okay, I am not available for nanny. No, I'm just joking. No, I'm not joking. I'm not available for nanny. I got my son, all right? And so if you have opportunities, you know that there's a group, astrology group, wanting to learn energy healing, you know, all that, let me know. um, I'm there and available for you, okay? So thank you once again. Oh, wait a minute. Again, my group with my coach, Kripo Hula, for Hawaiian hula dancing, okay? So maybe some of you guys are going to have, you know, something going on for September. All right. So thank you again for watching. Much love to you. And ciao, Sita. Tschüss.